The Marvel Rivals team-ups are a lot more powerful than you may think, especially some of them, and I want to showcase just how powerful they are with stats and numbers that will absolutely blow your mind. Like, this is ridiculous how strong they are and how much of a difference it makes. We're going to start with Rocket Raccoon's team up with Punisher and Winter Soldier. So you may know that Rocket Raccoon can place an item that will give Punisher and Winter Soldier infinite ammo. Now, on Winter Soldier, that's very awesome. But it doesn't just make you have infinite ammo, it makes you have faster fire rate. Now, with Winter Soldier, it's only a 25% increase, but not a big deal because you're doing so much damage anyway that having infinite ammo on a weapon that usually has 3 bullets per reload is incredibly strong. But that, honestly, is not the best part. The best part is the Punishers. Now, the Punishers, something very interesting happens. Now, by default, this is how fast it fires. And with this, it fires like this. Now, you can probably tell just by the sound. That's the normal. How much faster it is, right? But do you want to know the stats? It is 67% faster fire rate alongside infinite ammo. Now, what that means for a full auto weapon like that is per second, you are going to be doing 288 damage per second instead of 180, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. That increase in damage is really noticeable in game, and it's going to allow you to do 2 very important things. Firstly, you're going to be able to shred through a lot of players and do more damage than the healers are even going to be able to out-heal. It's going to be able to take down tanks before their abilities are ready to out-heal it as well. And most importantly, check this out, okay? Let me just use this ability really quick. Pay attention to how quickly my ultimate bar is filled up when I'm firing at ridiculous speeds like this, okay? Check this out, right? We're at 0%. Now let me pay attention. I'm shooting things. Now imagine we're in a game. We're like shooting a Groot or a Hulk or something, okay? You know, we're just shooting all the tanks, all of the enemies, spamming all of our attacks, okay? We're already at 50% ultimate, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is a massive ultimate farming thing. It's going to put so much pressure on the team, and before you know it, you're going to have your ultimate. It's crazy quick. Okay, so even if you don't kill anyone with this, which you probably will, it's so amazing at getting your ult ready. And honestly, if you're playing Rocket Raccoon, I know usually Rocket Raccoon is not the best support, but once teamed up with Punisher and Winter Soldier, it's ridiculously strong. It's unbelievable. Now we're going to move on to the Hulk and Iron Man. I've got some very interesting stats to talk about here. I don't think the Rocket Blast, this one, is really that good, because basically what happens, it gives you an extra 5 damage once you're in the Hulk Gamma version over the Overdrive version. So this is the Overdrive version. It only gives you an extra 5 damage per shot, which is not a big deal, honestly. However, it gets very interesting when you look at the Unibeam, right? By default, the Unibeam does 120 damage per second. Okay? 120 damage per second. Now, when you overdrive it by default, it does 180 damage per second. So it's a 50% increase. Pretty decent. Now, if you just simply have a Hulk on your team, okay? If you have a Hulk on your team, and then it will transform your overdrive ability into the Gamma Overdrive, it now does 220 damage per second. Remember how everyone was like really up in arms by the fact that Hela has a seasonal boost of 15% extra damage, right? I believe it's 15% extra, 20% extra damage boost. Wow, that sounds amazing, right? On Iron Man, it's a 22% damage boost on a DPS-based ability, right? Because it's a full auto. And that's already once it's already upgraded. So you're adding an extra 25% extra on top of the damage that was 50% more than the default attack anyway. So 220 damage versus 120. It's almost double. It's almost double the amount of original damage, which once again will absolutely shred through anybody that comes in its path and will charge up your ultimate insanely quickly. Now, that's not all. We do have more to talk about, okay? We do have more to talk about. Now we have the Jeff and Lunar Snow matchup. So by default, this is Jeff's attack. It's a little splash damage thing. It's pretty good. It's got a nice radius, so you can chip people, right? Pretty nice. Now, the Snowball version, once you've got teamed up with Lunar Snow, does not do more damage necessarily. However, when you take a closer look, kind of does. Take a look at this. This is what happens when you fire the normal water attack. If I attack this player, or this bot, this one won't get attacked. If I go like this, both of them will take about that much damage. If I activate the snow attack, this one will get attacked. If I hit both here, they'll take more damage than they would with the normal water attack. So what this does is it increases the splash radius of the attack, which means that even if I'm like firing... Oh, I haven't got it activated. Even if I'm firing here, I'm still hurting them, right? And the closer I am to the target, the more damage it's going to do. And what this means is if there's a whole team of enemies, I can just volley this and it's going to do a large amount of AoE damage, far more than the normal splash damage attack. And on top of that, it actually slows down characters. So check this out. It slows them down. It's not massive, but it is a bit of a slow, which is going to help you chase down any players that may be running low on health. So really, really effective at taking down strafing characters or trying to shoot players behind walls, you know, or trying to deal with like big groups of enemies, right? Look at this. I'm hitting this guy. I'm not even aiming for him, and I'm hitting him. You know, the normal water attack, as you can see here, if I aim for this guy, it won't hit him. If I go like this with the ice attack, it will. It's absolutely ridiculous. Next, we have Neymar's and Lunar Snow's. So the default octopus sting, when normal, does 17 damage per hit, and it fires about this fast, right? Now, when you upgrade it... Oh, all right. When you upgrade it, it actually does slightly less damage per shot. It does 11 damage per shot, but fires much faster. I think it's 5 shots per second or something. Now, this ice version does 25 damage per shot. So it's a decent increase, right? 17 from 20. But on top of that, when you do this, it does, I believe, 16 damage instead of 11, right? So overall, it does add a little bit of extra damage. But the main feature is the fact that it has double the health. This has 100 health by default. And this one has 200 HP. So it's going to take twice as long to kill this one, which means this one is going to be potentially outputting damage for twice as long, or blocking your body for twice as long. So it's really, really effective. If you feel like your octopuses aren't staying up for very long, and your enemies are always targeting them, then this Lunar Snow Neymar matchup is really important. So overall, like, if you see someone pick Hulk, then think about maybe playing Iron Man. If you see someone playing Rocket Raccoon, then take one of these characters, especially the Punisher. It's extremely worth it. And if you see someone take Lunar Snow, then playing Neymar could really change the flow of things. So these team ups specifically have massive damage increases that are really worth considering in the current meta. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.